Hey guys, my name's Chance Reynolds from chancereynolds.com. Probably a lot of you already know that, but some of you don't. So today I want to talk about something that's caused kind of a lot of controversy in the, not necessarily the internet marketing world, but kind of in the crossover where internet marketing meets like SEO agency world. And that is Chase Reiner's AI Profits course, which you can get at AI Profits, get at getaiprofits.com. The main gripe that people have is that they don't believe that the course creator is actually using the methods taught inside the course to drive the traffic to the actual course. Rather, he's just like posting on social media and selling the course rather than using what's being taught in the course. And I don't know, that to me that's kind of neither here nor there, because if what he's teaching works, it actually doesn't matter if he's currently doing it or not. And having been someone who's gone through the course, I can say for a fact that you can drive traffic using the automation tactics that he uses and teaches in the videos. And you have to kind of look at the bigger picture. One of the things that I posted about this on my Facebook page as well, which you can find how to follow me on Facebook at chancereynolds.com, as well as other offers and stuff that I have, as well as this offer. But I've used some of the methods in his course before I even saw that they were taught in his course. It was stuff that I've just picked up on my own and learned. I learned a lot of new stuff in the course as well. But a lot of the stuff I already knew and would have already been implementing in myself and for myself. And the reason that it works so well is because robots and automations allow you to duplicate yourself. So it's kind of like every business is like this. So I hear people talk about passive income and building passive income streams. It's something that we all aspire to do. The truth is that any business can become like relatively passive. There's not really a lot of avenues where there's truly 100% passive income. Probably like a reasonable goal is like you set up good systems, and after, a year, maybe a little bit longer, you can really cut down your workload by using automations or outsourcing or hiring of employees. Like, that's what people forget, is that people who build these large companies, essentially they're handing off their duties. They're delegating a lot of the responsibilities and duties to the actual employees. And so therefore, that piece of the business has now become passive to them. Yes, they're managing people, or they're managing managers, like they're putting in place a team of people. So if you can duplicate yourself like in these small businesses and these small income streams without having to hire someone or manage another person or even have a VA, there are several ways that he teaches in this course on how to do that. How to do your automatic outreach, how to do your automatic follow-up, how to duplicate yourself in the content creation as far as just like blasting it out to a million different places in ways that typically are not taught and are not relatively well known. And it makes it a little bit easier and kind of gives you a script even on how to do it with like the micro content and the shorter content and stuff that he produces so much of. And that we probably all should be aspiring to create so much of, because it's so, the virality of it is so, there's so much potential for it to go viral, is what I'm trying to say. So it allows you to duplicate yourself. The main thing that I've duplicated with robots has been writing of articles, because I've done a lot of mass page stuff. If you don't know what that is, you'll have to search my YouTube channel for a video I have about mass pages. But writing articles is a big one that's like super time consuming. Even though I know how to write, I enjoy writing. I don't want to write like product reviews and stuff like that. So you can really easily use robots to outsource and duplicate yourself in tasks like that. Posting on social media, like I said, is one of the things that can be automated to a certain extent. You probably need to create that initial content, or at least have an idea of how to create it. And then there's robots that will actually create the content for you. And that's one of the things he teaches in the course and shows you how to do. I don't mind as much getting on camera. Like, yeah, it's a hassle, but in my experience, it just works a little bit more quickly than the faceless stuff. But I teach a lot of faceless stuff because that's what people like to do. Does it work? Yes, it does work. Does it take maybe a little bit longer than when you put your face on camera? Yeah, it does. That's just the payoff. That's the trade-off that you're making. So posting on social media, as far as like blasting your content out like to a crazy amount of places and just getting more eyeballs on it. Robot automations are very, very, very good for that. For local ad agencies and really any local service-based business, this will, and it really is kind of geared towards local SEO agencies, but marketing agencies, any sort of local agency this will work for, where he teaches how to automatically outreach to just the local companies, how to find them, how to pitch them, and do all this follow-up and everything, pre-qualifying of them before you have to get on the phone with them, all of that stuff. And then even some of the phone calls and stuff can be done through automations, where it's just like a ring back and it calls your phone and it's all of a sudden there's somebody there. It's called a bridge call is what I've heard John Vaughn call it in the past. But in that piece of it, John Vaughn automated, and he kind of built that for agencies as well. That's kind of how that piece was pitched when I first heard him talk about that. And that works really, really well. But one thing that he didn't teach, or that I don't know if he was doing, or I didn't see him doing or teaching, was the part where all of the pre-qualifying and all of that, all of those things can be automated as well. So that's really, really cool. I don't do local SEO stuff just because I don't have to, and I already have a service-based business that's not, this probably would work for that, but I don't have to do it that way because I get my leads another way. But yeah, so if you're doing lead generation and you want to drive a lot of traffic from local business owners, stuff like that, he teaches you how to do that, and it's really pretty easy and pretty cool. A big question is, how can affiliates then do it? Affiliates can do it exactly how the service-based businesses do it, and just how you're doing any other digital creator would be doing it. You're just duplicating some of the content. So you have to have content to drive traffic to offers. It doesn't necessarily have to be this type of content, video content. Doesn't necessarily even have to be you creating the content, but there has to be some kind of content. And if it's organic, if you're doing organic versus paid traffic, you have to do a lot more content. Like, yes, maybe you can get something to go viral on TikTok and that can like blow up, but the odds of that happening are much higher if you create a massive amount of content. Your odds go up and up and up. If you're not capable of doing that, that's like when you really want to just start off doing paid ads. Like, if you can't consistently create content, the alternative to that is obviously automating the content, which works and which you can do, or you can pay to get eyeballs on your stuff rather than do it the organic route. But most people in the beginning aren't ready to do the ads because they don't even know if their offers and stuff are working, especially if you're doing affiliate traffic. A lot of times you can't drive ads from certain platforms to those offers, just like Facebook doesn't allow it. You have to like put them through a bridge before they get there, and you lose a lot of the effectiveness of it. So yeah, there's tons of ways to automate it. You can go to getaiprofits.com to see what the offer is. Is the offer like really hyped up and using kind of like crazy hyped tactics that seem unrealistic on their face? Yes, for sure. No one can deny that. I don't know Chase Reiner, but I think probably he wouldn't deny that either. But I can see how logically he's saying this is how he drove people into his audience. And then, yes, now he's like selling directly to them on Facebook, but he initially made that introduction, all of that piece of it was automated by these types of automation methods that he's teaching in the course. And so you have to look at it through the eyes of the fundamentals of the business, and all the hype and everything is kind of on the front end of it. That's the marketing piece of it. But right when you get into the course, the whole first section of the course is just talking about like fundamentals of like how to set up your landing pages and make sure that you're driving traffic to collect emails so you can have exponential growth, not just flashy, get rich quick stuff that's kind of on the marketing side of it. It's not that type of course, and which is good. You want a course that teaches the fundamentals, especially if you're in the beginning, because that get rich quick stuff just doesn't really work. Like, most of the time in any industry, you're going to have to actually go through the steps of at least setting up a good backbone before you can really build up this automation and get exponential growth from it. So getaiprofits.com, also chancereynolds.com. Yeah, there's controversy surrounding it. If you're standoffish about using robots and you don't want to be surrounded by or taught by somebody who has controversial marketing tactics, I can assure you there's nothing controversial within the course itself. But yeah, then stay away if that's a turnoff to you. But that's all I got today. Like this, subscribe to it, share it, chancefunnels.com, getaiprofits.com. Love you guys.